Welcome back. This is Cade and you're watching the Cade and Keys channel. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most basic elements of music, the fundamentals of crafting melodies and harmonies. This is extremely necessary in order to understand the context of the notes and chords used in the piece of music. Why these set of notes and chords, and why not this other set of notes and chords. Understanding how scales work will eventually lead you to understanding how chords work. And that will in turn make it so much easier to learn music, play music, compose music, memorize music, and make music. After watching this video, you won't be able to immediately play better. That still will take years and years of practice. It may take less than 10 minutes to understand how this works, but it's going to take years to be able to apply it to make you a better musician. But it's going to be a fun and nourishing process that you won't regret. Also, this isn't going to be a scholarly explanation on the historical and mathematical development of music, of scales and chords. No, it's going to be an applicable framework on the mind. It's going to be a way of understanding music that you can incorporate to memorizing and making music so much better and so much more effective. Think of it like knowing letters, and the knowing consonants and vowels, and the knowing nouns, verbs, and adjectives. This is going to be the framework that you're going to use every time you think about music, every time you play music, every time you look at a piece of music, every time you hear music. Now let's get to the video. So the first thing we should know are what notes are. Notes are the individual sounds. And when you combine these notes, that's what makes music. Now we have 12 different notes. These are 12 different sounds that are repeated in a cycle going from low to high, from a lower pitch to a higher pitch. Now, when you combine these 12 notes at different patterns, at different rhythms, what happens is you create music. Next, you take 7 notes from those 12 notes, and those 7 notes become your boundary. They become your parameters. By setting a boundary, by setting 7 notes to become your set, what you're actually doing is you're giving context to the music. That's what it means to have keys. For example, when you say you're in the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, what you're doing is you're giving context to the music, and it should all be based on those 7 notes. And those 7 notes are based on that note of C, being your home key. So all the notes that will make up a certain piece of music should only come from these 7 notes. Now remember that this is only theory and this is not law. These are parameters. These are more like guidelines. But it isn't wrong when you play notes that do not belong to that set of 7. That's what you call accidentals. That's what actually makes jazz more interesting. But having this framework of 7 notes and all others being accidentals make it easier to conceptualize everything, to notate everything, and to have a context. Now first, let's learn the most familiar and the most common scale being used, the scale of C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and so on. Now please remember that since the scale started at C, that's what you call the scale of C major. The important thing here is to know the pattern. Whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone. Since the 7 notes in the scale are the notes that we use to make music, that is actually what it also means for the song to be in a certain key. Meaning, if the song is in the key of C major, that means you're using the scale of C major to make that music. So when you say a song is in the key of C major, that means all the notes of that song are based on the scale of C major. When you say a song is in the key of A major, that means all the notes in that song belong to the scale of A major. So for example, you have the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star at the key of C major. The notes belong to the scale of C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now when you say a song is in the key of D major, now you're basing the notes on the scale of D major. And as long as you know the pattern, you're always going to get it. Whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star played on D major. Another one. If you say a song is in the key of A major, that means the notes are based on the scale of A major. Once again, all you need to apply is the pattern whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, starting on the note of A. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Two important reminders. Number one, the important thing is to know the pattern. Whole tone, half tone, whole tone, half tone. With that, you can actually know all the notes of all the 12 keys. When you say it's in the scale of C major, you apply that pattern, you'll know all the notes. When you say it's in the scale of D flat major, you apply that whole tone pattern, and you'll know all the 7 notes. You say the song is in the key of E major, you just apply that same pattern, and you'll know all the 7 notes. If you are still starting out, don't worry about memorizing all the notes of all the 12 scales. That means you're going to have to memorize 12 different patterns. That will come in time. Just start practicing one key at a time, starting with C. Number 2. Notice that when you heard Twinkle Twinkle Little Star played at different keys, they actually just have the same melody. They actually just have the same pattern, but played at different pitches. When you know that, you will realize it is going to be very easy to transpose songs from different keys. So when you transpose a song from, let's say, the key of D to the key of F, although all your notes will change, but since you're just applying the same whole tone, half tone pattern, the pattern of the song will be the same. That means the rhythm, the length of each note, they're all going to be the same. It's just at a different pitch. Knowing how scales work and practicing them consistently does a few vital things. In fact, in my opinion, it's one of the most important things for your musical life. Number 1, it makes it easier to learn a song by ear. Knowing the key and then knowing the scale and the chords allows you to narrow down your choice of notes when trying to learn a song by ear. Number 2, it improves your hearing. Constantly hearing the notes of the scale go up and down in your head makes you more familiar with how the notes will sound in your piece of music. It will give you context. It will make you more familiar with your melodic and your harmonic guidelines, your melodic and your harmonic parameters for a piece of music. Number 3, it improves your finger technique and your dexterity. Number 4, knowing your scales will make you understand and memorize chords so much easier. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in the next video. That's it. I hope you learned all of that. If ever you didn't catch some things, you can always watch and rewatch, pause it, analyze, think about it. Remember, it's a process. And by the way, you can always put all your questions on the comments down below. I'm going to make sure that I can answer all of them, hopefully. And while you're at it, you can give this video a thumbs up. Click here to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Let's go through this musical journey together because you are going to help shape it. God bless you. You've been watching Kade and Keys. See you next time.